Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Hello, and welcome to Kindness and Light. My name is Lisa, and you're probably wondering why in the heck I have got leis all over my body and flowers on my body. Well, today is also known as Lei Day in Hawaii. So, they put their beautiful flowers because that's when the flowers bloom. And they make them into leis and stuff like that. So I never knew that. That was kind of interesting fact. Anyway, I would like to make some more interesting facts. Like May Day is also the signal for, as we all know, distress calls. Now May Day is for mostly pilots and ship captains and things like that are like, Mayday, 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 help me, I'm going down. But we also know May Day as I know May Day when I was growing up, it was to put flowers on someone's doorstep and knock and run away on those you love. To tell them you love them with a little note that says we love you or something like that. And usually I would pick lilacs that was growing in our yard, which that's what it meant, the lilacs. And it's amazing. And I remember doing this with my own children, that I would make sure that they would put their flowers on in front of their grandmother's doorsteps and the people they loved doorsteps. So that is what I understood May Day was. But May Day is also about the spring equinox, and between the spring and the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere. It's a Gaelic festival, and the Gaelics believed in Beltane. Now, Beltane was the queen of fairies, and if you seen her, she could capture you and take you away to fairyland for 7 years. Now, I'm not talking about, fairies like in Disneyland and Tinkerbell and things like that. I'm talking about fairies that were supposed to be wicked, and they would steal their cow's milk. Now, in Ireland, that's a big thing. They take their cows out to pasture during this time because, in the winter they have them in their shelters, in their barns and whatever. And then they take them out to pasture in the summer. So this is the day that they take their cows out to pasture. So when they take their cows out to pasture, they used to put ribbons on their horns, or they used to put their bull's horns, and then they used to put ribbons on their tails or flowers to put on their tails to keep these fairies away from stealing their milk. Now, stealing their milk, that's kind of weird, but that's what the tradition was about. They would even put pieces of coal underneath their butter churns so the fairies couldn't steal their butter. Now, cows were a big thing. It must be a big thing in Ireland. And I have a best friend that lives in Ireland, and she has cattle. But I know that it seems weird. Why don't they do it for goats? There's goat milk and stuff like that. But they celebrated kind of like De la Morte. And that was to appease the spirits of the fairies. Now, they would decorate their homes with flowers and everything else. And they would have parties like festivals and celebrations, and they would dance around the maypole. Now, we all know about maypoles, most of us. Maypoles are a pole with long ribbons on the outside of the pole going down to the ground. Now, each person would take a color, and they would take this piece of ribbon and they would walk around the maypole or dance around the maypole. Now, that's pretty cool, right? That's what we used to do in school. That's what I used to do in school. And it also begins, like I said, the summer. Now, they would have bonfires, and they would decorate their homes with mayflowers, and then they'd visit these things called holy wells. Now, holy wells, you think, okay, priest or something, holy water. No. These are blessed by the dew. The dew in the ground, like little tiny mud puddles or something, but they weren't mud, they were puddles of water. And they would use this as a facial wash, or, do this as a thing of youth. They thought that it brought back youth, the youthful glow of your face, the youthful um, actions and things like that. Now that's kind of weird, but hey, we've heard that expression before. Oh, you've got a glowful look or a dewy look on your face, which usually meant you had perspiration or something, wet. Dew means wet. But that's what it means. It means that they would take this out of the dew and they would place it on their face to make it look younger and their complexion. Now, another weird fact about their cows, to get back to the cows because cows were big in Beltane, was they would draw a little bit of blood from the cows and they would place it in the ground or spill it on the ground and they would pray over it. Now, the prayer was just a little simple prayer of please bless my home, bless my children, keep safe, do everything, that needs to be done, and thank you. Please don't, please watch over my cattle throughout the season. So every year they do this. And today some people still do this tradition, especially Wiccans and Gaelic people. Beltane is big in a lot of cultures. And since I am a spiritualist, I will be celebrating Beltane and May Day, of course, the way I always did it. By placing lilacs on my own porch since nobody loves me. And it's just a beautiful tradition for people to do. Just some simple little reminder to tell people that you love them and kindness and light. And that's what I mean by kindness. You place these flowers out of kindness for someone you love and to tell them, hey, you're special for that day, You're special for that day, and it means rebirth and renewal, and it's kind of like Easter for us, too, that we celebrate Easter. But, yeah, it'd be really cool to do. I'm going to do. If I had ribbons, I'd probably put ribbons in my tree. And what they used in these trees were called May bushes, which they decorated with flowers, of course, and ribbons, and bright shells and lights. And they were really like thorn bushes. It was like a bush, not a tree, but a bush. And, of course, they'd dance around it or they'd walk their cattle around this bush and, to protect them from the fairies, from stealing their milk. So yeah, that's kind of weird. But of course, there is other May Day traditions, like May Day is in Hawaii, Lei Day, like I said. So it's really kind of interesting to look up all of these different things and traditions. And that's all you need to do is look up on YouTube or you look up on Google or whatever, and you see all of these different things like that. And it's, like I said, really cool. I didn't know that they put 3 black coals underneath a butter churn to keep the fairies from stealing their butter. I really didn't know much about Beltane until this year. And since I am a spiritualist, I will be celebrating Beltane with the flowers and Lei Day and May Day. Hopefully it's not May Day, May Day, May Day. I need help because I'm in distress. And I will be celebrating Labor Day, and that's Labor Day is for better wages and good conditions and for working and social justice. But yeah, many peace. May you have peace, kindness, share some kindness, and shine your light for those that are in the dark. Peace.